Hello, beautiful people. Today we're going to speak about finding your person. It is a surprising subject that touches on a few things you may not expect. Let's begin. To be able to find a person for yourself, you need to have room for them. And I'm not just talking about room inside your place. I'm talking about room in your life. If your life is very chaotic, if you have people always screaming around, always destroying things, always in drama, you don't have an environment that will be good for someone to come in that bring peace necessarily. Being able to make room, getting rid of the drama, getting rid of the nonsense, being honest with yourself, allowing someone to come from the outside so that they can meet you and they can share some of your space. This is a lifelong exercise in a sense, where you have to learn the kind of people you want around you, the one you don't want around you, and you have to understand that through experience most of the time. By being able to see the people for who they are, by being able to create an environment around you. In some cases, the environment could be relatively empty, but allowing people to come in, being present in the moment and being in a place of love will help people from the outside see you. For someone to share space with you, you have to have space. It seems simple enough to say, but the concept is rather interesting. Sharing your space is like sharing something that is vital to you. So it is okay to share as long as it is healthy and you have enough of it. But once you don't have enough of it, this is where you have a problem. This is why for the right people to show up, you need to make that space. You need to allow yourself to grow. You need to allow yourself to surround yourself by people that will support you and aid you and be there for the good and the bad. Making space is as much a state of mind as a thing you would do day in, day out. It could be as simple as doing more sport and surrounding yourself with a few people that share an activity like that with you. It helps you being more healthy, better in your head, helps you move, do things that you want, and meet people. So it's not necessarily something really hard to do, but it is something you have to do. It is an action that you have to take. Being passive in it is never gonna help something, especially if you have people around you that are bringing drama. Being passive around that will just let the drama be. You have to be proactive to remove it. At some point, other than the way you are feeling, you will have to decide if someone is right or not for you. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to understand your own needs. Now, there is a challenge with that. Something we don't speak often about is that one person cannot meet all our needs. This is why often we have family, we have friends, and we have our partner. Because different people fill up different needs. For example, I like cars. Let's say my partner doesn't like cars. Well, that's fine because I have friends who enjoy cars. So I get to enjoy that aspect of my life with people. The entire concept is basically to be able to know what you want that person to bring you. And to understand if they can, if they're willing, if it is in the cards or not. And if it is not, how can you remediate that? In a situation of just loving cars, it's easy. I join a car club, and there you go. Understanding that you have different needs that are going to be met and filled by different people is important. The only way to know what you require from a partner is to know yourself what your needs are. Maybe for someone it's going skiing every winter, and they want a partner that will go skiing with them. Well, then that becomes one of the things, one of your needs that your partner needs to meet. Otherwise, there can be an issue there. Now I'm taking light examples, but you can imagine the example being a lot more crucial for you, a lot more personal. Knowing what you bring, what you're willing to give to someone to fill up their needs, and knowing what you want someone to bring to you towards your needs is very important. This is how you're going to be able to strike a balance between life, home, house, friends, work, and everything. Because you'll understand where your different needs come from and you'll understand who fills them up. Finding your person obviously means finding someone that can help you, but it also means finding someone that can share the joy with you. This is as important as someone willing to fight by your side. Because if you're unable to share the joyful moment of life with that person, you won't be in a quote-unquote happy relationship, in the sense that you do not get to share happiness with that person. So find someone that, yes, can help you grow, can give you good advice, but also can enjoy the good moments with you, and maybe create even some of those good moments with you. Your partner should be able to bring you joy. They should be able to support you. They should be there for you when you cry, but also they should be there to celebrate with you when there is something good. This is how you know they're there, not just for their own ego of saying, oh, I'm helping that person all the time and this is all I need, but because they're enjoying life. If you both enjoy life, if you both helping each other, then you're growing together and you're on your path. You're on your journey, basically. And that's really important. When someone is unable to enjoy the good things in life, it's a sign that they have to do some learning, they have to grow. Life can be hard at times, it can be terrible, but it can also bring a lot of joy. And one should not overshadow the other. They should be somewhat in balance. If we only had good moments, we wouldn't have any good moments. They'd be all blanks. It is the contrast of the good and the bad moments that really bring us the good moments. And our brain is really good at alleviating the bad over time. And I know tragedy can be hard, but our brain is really good at not letting us focus on just all the little bad things that happen every day. That's how we can keep moving forward and we can keep growing. So rely on your brain, grow, help your partner, move forward, find your person, and that's going to be a great path on your journey. Being on your journey means meeting people. It means crossing paths with different souls, having different opinions, sharing ideas, doing a lot of different things. And you may not have just a singular person that you meet that will be your person, because we evolve, we change over time. Now the idea is to be able to share part of your journey with someone at some point. And then if it doesn't happen to work, or if you happen to grow apart, but still growing, then this is what happens. Then you have the chance to meeting other people. Life doesn't end just because someone goes away. Being alone and accepting being alone is as important as finding someone and being with someone. They're both challenging for different reasons. One is more about talking about yourself and to yourself to figure out what are your needs and how you want them met. And the other one is more about being able to understand what the other person wants and what they can bring you. As long as you are on your journey, as long as you grow, as long as you get to talk, to speak and to be honest, people will show up. Not necessarily in the way you expect, not with the mean you thought, but they will show up. Because there is a lot of us around here, as simple as that. And there is a lot of good people. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Next month, we're gonna look at some of the challenges that are in your mind that are misleading you and not allowing you to do what you want.